Beloved, take a slow breath and listen closely, because there is something gentle and profound you may have felt, even if you never found the words for it. There is a quiet language that reveals who we are, and animals seem to understand it better than anyone. You can learn so much about a person by how living beings respond to their presence. Maybe you have seen it happen without questioning it. A restless dog grows calm the moment you enter the room. A cautious cat abandons its hiding place and curls up beside you. Birds continue their song when you step outside, as if they sense no threat, only peace. These moments don't announce themselves. They arrive softly, almost shyly. For some, this same calm appears in children, in anxious souls, in people who usually keep their walls high. Around you, their shoulders drop, their breath slows. They may not explain it, but something in them feels safe. And at some point, you have quietly wondered, why do they respond to me this way? This isn't imagination or superstition. It is alignment. It is what happens when your life begins to move in harmony with compassion, patience, and care. Scripture reminds us, peace recognizes peace. And when you carry it within you, the world feels it too. From the beginning, God shaped a world that responds to care, harmony, and intention. Creation was never designed to be numb or disconnected. It listens. It recognizes alignment. Scripture tells us there is something within creation itself that responds when a human life begins to move in the direction of God's heart. Not toward perfection, not toward religious performance, but toward a sincere, lived yes to Him. That is why moments with animals matter more than they seem. When they settle around you, when they stop guarding themselves in your presence, it is not just a tender coincidence. It is a signpost, a reflection of something deeper taking root in you. There was a season when you were not at peace with how your life was unfolding. You felt disconnected from yourself, uncertain, uneasy, in ways you couldn't always explain. You may have blamed circumstances. You may have wondered if you lacked faith or if life was simply unfair. But very often, the deeper issue was trust. Not trust in God alone, but trust in who God was shaping you to become. You walked cautiously, holding back. You questioned your instincts. You doubted your worth. You measured your steps as if one wrong move could undo everything. That season has been loosening its grip. Slowly, faithfully, you have been learning to trust yourself again. Not in arrogance, but in partnership with God. You are beginning to believe that He truly walks with you, that His guidance is not distant. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3:5-6 direction often comes as quiet confidence, not loud certainty. Animals perceive this shift clearly. They are not impressed by status, money, or appearance. They read presence with honesty. When they relax near you, when they choose your space as a place of rest, they are responding to the peace you carry. It is a gentle confirmation that you are not misplaced. You are not behind. You are not walking the wrong road. You can continue forward with steadier confidence and less self-doubt. Some people fill rooms with sound, yet everything feels tight around them. Others enter quietly, and the atmosphere softens. The tension drains without effort. Chosen ones often belong to this second group, not because they try to, but because of how they live. You do not arrive to impress or control. You show up shaped by what God has been teaching you, and creation responds. The wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated. James 3:17, that wisdom carries weight without force. Think about ordinary spaces, a home filled with shouting, fear, and unresolved anger affects more than the people inside it. Animals stay alert. Plants struggle. Everything feels unsettled. Now picture another home. The finances may be tight. The schedule may be overwhelming. Nothing is perfect, but there is kindness in speech, respect in conflict, gratitude in small things. In that environment, animals rest easily, they stretch out, they move freely. Even birds at the window linger without panic. This is not about personality, it is about pattern. It is what happens when someone allows God to shape the rhythm of their life. Scripture reminds us that God cares deeply about how we steward what has been placed under our care. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23:1-2. God's leadership is not harsh or frantic, it brings rest. When a person begins to reflect that same posture, honesty, humility, consistency, the spaces and lives around them begin to mirror it. Some of you have noticed that even when people misunderstand you, animals do not. A dog that barks at everyone else sits calmly at your feet. A bird appears on the same branch each morning as if keeping quiet watch. In places thick with tension, a small animal finds its way near you and settles as though your presence offers shelter. This is not about admiration. It is about God's original design. Authority was never meant to dominate. It was meant to protect, guide, and care. In Genesis, humanity was given responsibility, not permission to harm. Stewardship was meant to look like wisdom, patience, and restraint. When you begin to walk more fully in that design, creation recognizes it. Imagine a shepherd entering a restless field. The animals are scattered and uneasy. Someone unfamiliar might shout, wave their arms, and force movement. But a true shepherd moves steadily. Their voice is calm, their presence is familiar, without fear or force. The flock gathers. That is your life now. You are becoming someone whose presence brings calm, someone whose way of living reflects God's care. Even when words fail, creation understands. Keep walking.